Welcome to the 3 windows of health. These are the 3 windows that you need to walk through if you want to achieve peak health. But each window gets progressively better as you go through it. Don't think of this as either or all or nothing, but good, better, best from the modern Western standard diet. So we have modern Western Joe Schmo on the Western diet. But if he was able to get through window 1, it would make astronomical difference to his overall health just by getting through window number 1. So what is window number 1 that we want to get the average Joe Schmo into window number 1? Well, window number 1 is basically the foundation. And this is control over your BMI or your body size. And what's the primary way that we can control window number 1? Well, it's really control over your energy balance. Energy in versus energy out. See, energy in dominated over time leads to diabetes and obesity and all the heart-related diseases that come with it. So if we don't get control over, now BMI is not a perfect measure of health because sometimes people can have a very high BMI but still be really healthy. So there are caveats, but from a macro level, it's a good indicator. Not necessarily at a micro level when we take the individual, but given in a macro scale, we have to understand that the bigger our body size is relative to our height, it means that overall it puts more stress and pressure on our organs, internal organs, our heart, all our vital signs, everything that goes with it. We create more hemorrhage on our body. And so just by taking control, by being able to master our body size through mastering or at least controlling our energy balance in our body, calories in versus calories out, means that we successfully get into window number 1. Okay, now we have window number 1 understood. We then have earned the right to open up window number 2. What's inside window number 2? Well, this has to do with body composition. So this has to do because we know that as people age, they lose muscle mass. They go into something called sarcopenia, and we know for longevity purposes, the more muscle a person has on their body frame, the more chances, the more opportunity they'll have to extend their lifespan. So muscle is a sign of health. And when we have diminishing muscle, means that we end up with frailty. It's often associated with weaker bones, osteoporosis, all of those things. The great news is that we are directly in control of a couple of these variables. And one of the ways that we directly control this is protein intake. That's going to be adequate and sufficient and even optimal for our muscles, but also time under tension, resistance training to strengthen our muscles and bones. By doing that, we've earned the right to go into the next window, because often we just don't want to lose weight, we want to lose fat. Now we want to retain and gain muscle, and that helps us body composition. So even if we just do these 2 things, we massively increases our chances for health, well-being, energy, and longevity. So let's go to window number 3. What do you think that is? Window number 3 on the top of the pyramid is basically optimal health and well-being. Optimal health and well-being. So that ultimately gets controlled through controlling your calories, macros, and micros. So specifically the last 2, macros and micros. If this is controlling protein, this is more about controlling fat intake with the corresponding vitamins and minerals. And there are certain vitamins that are only absorbed through our fat. Vitamins A, vitamins D, vitamins E, and vitamins K are the only vitamins that can be absorbed through the fat. Now we can store these in the body for long periods of time over the water-soluble vitamins, which we need to take in on a consistent basis, readily basis. But With these, we optimize the ability for them to be absorbed because they have a huge influence on how we feel day to day. They have a huge influence on our hormones, and they have a huge influence on our well-being. So when we get that, we can prolong our bone health, we can prolong our muscle health, we can prolong our hormone health, we can optimize it, we can start feeling great. Whether that's on the sports field, in the bedroom, or whatever endeavor that you want to ratchet up and enhance, you've got the ability to do it. But really, if you're Joe Schmo and you're standing way outside here, feeling very out of shape, you don't know where to begin, there's no point going and doing a 1%er up here. Let's say, oh, I just need to supplement for selenium because I feel like I'm deficient. There's no point even bothering with some deficiencies when you could just start here. Now, there is a case if Joe Schmo was to get on, say, a whole foods diet, he's going to ultimately get a lot of his healthy nutrition up here and automatically tick a lot of these boxes automatically. But quite often the case, they're not ready for that straight away and they need to start here. But following on from this, I offer the opportunity for consultations to sign up and to figure out exactly a personalized approach for you, whether you want to start on window number 1, window number 2, or going all the way for window number 3. We've got approaches for all 3. The key thing is to start somewhere, figure out your motivation, and just start on your journey to health and well-being. The first day that you start, the closer you are to feeling great. All right, we'll see you on the inside.